Hey guys, Learning Ramen here. Welcome back to another lesson with me. Today, we're learning about factoring the greatest common factor, or the GCF of polynomials. As you saw in the thumbnail, this field shows a mistake almost everyone makes when factoring out the GCF. And by the end of this video, you'll spot it instantly, plus pick up a few extra techniques to make factoring more accurate. But to see why this mistake happens, we need to go back to where factoring actually comes from, the distributive property in reverse. To refresh our knowledge on the distributive property, let's look at the farmer's land here with the dimensions 6x meters and 4 plus y meters. We need to find the total area of the land here. So we need to distribute 6x to the 4 and to the y. How are we going to do that? We're going to write the 6x on the common side here of these two areas. Then extend it by 4 plus y. Using the area model, we can easily see what terms we're multiplying right here. 6x times 4 will give us 24x. Then 6x times y gives us 6xy. So the total area of both lands is 24x plus 6xy. And that's how we do the distributive property. But since factoring is just the distributive property in reverse, we're now given the area of two lands, 24x plus 6xy. And we need to find the GCF or factor it out. Then here you are going to see what mistake happens on the thumbnail. Just a quick note, you need at least two terms before you can factor out a GCF. Let's write out our area here, 24x and 6xy. First, we're going to deal with our numerical coefficients. When we say numerical coefficients, those are the numbers that you can see, 24 and 6. 24, we have 1 times 24. So you need to know your factors here. 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. And for 6, we get 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. As you can see, all the factors are listed, and we can notice that 6 is the greatest common factor of 24 and 6. So we write it in the common side here. Then we will going to deal with our variables, x and xy. We can see that only one x is common to two terms here. So that is also the GCF in terms of variable. Since we have 6x as the GCF already, we can find the missing dimensions right here. 24x divided by 6x will give us 4, and 6xy divided by 6x is y. So now that you understand your distributive property, you can always check if your answers are correct by multiplying again, and you will see that you will arrive at the same exact answer. So let's write the factorial form, 6x parenthesis 4 plus y. And that's our answer. Now that we corrected the mistake in the thumbnail, what if we try another example? Here we have 40x squared minus 16x. So as you have noticed, we use a different orientation, but you can, again, try another orientation, try it in the horizontal part. Let's see if we get the same answer. But then again, we need to identify which is the common side. The common side is here. So let's write the area, 40x squared and negative 16x. By writing our numerical coefficients, we get 40 and 16. Listing all the factors of 40 is 1 times 40, 2 times 20, 4 times 10, and 5 times 8. For 16, we get 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. And we can see that the GCF is 8. So we write it on the common side. Then for the variable, we can see that we have x squared and x here. So the total number of the greatest common factor that we can see on the variable is only 1x. So we write 1x here. Now that we have the GCF, we can easily complete the dimensions here and here. 40 divided by 8 is 5, and x squared divided by x is x. And negative 16 divided by 8 is negative 2. And x divided by x is only 1. And you will going to understand and check as well that on the side here, there is no common anymore. So therefore, you are on the right track. So we have 8x parenthesis, 5x minus 2. And that's the factored form of 40x squared minus 16x. All right, now that we are done with the second example, let's try to increase the numerical coefficients so that we can explore other factors as well. Question number 3, we have 72x squared plus 32x. So again, we go back to the horizontal orientation just for you to see that whatever orientation we have, as long as we understand the common side, that's where you're going to write your GCF. All right, so let's try to write the GCF of 72x squared and 32x. The common side is here. Numerical coefficients, 72 and 32. And for the factors of 72, we get 1 times 72, 2 times 36, 3 times 24, 4 times 18, 6 times 12, and 8 times 9. For 32, we get 1 times 32, 2 times 16, and 4 times 8. We can see that the GCF of these two numbers is 8, so we write it here. And for the variables, we have x squared and x. So the highest number of common variable is only 1x. Now that we have our GCF, we can determine the missing dimensions. 72 divided by 8 is 9, and 32 divided by 8 is 4. And don't forget your variable all the time. Okay, that is also one of the common mistakes that is committed by other students. So here we have x squared and x, so we're still missing 1x. For 32x, if we're going to multiply to 8x, it already satisfies the 32x. Therefore, we can see as well that 9x and 4 doesn't have any common in terms of numbers or variables. So this is our final answer. 8x times 9x plus 4. All right, so we have another example. If you would like to try it on your own, you can pause the video here and you can play it again if you would like to check the answer. So again, the common side is here. That's where we write our GCF. The numerical coefficients are 7 and 28. For 7, we get 1 times 7. For 28, we get 1 times 28, 2 times 14, and 4 times 7. So the GCF that we can see is 7. So we write it here. And for the b, let's do it one by one per variable. B squared and b3. So the only common is b squared. So we write b squared here. Then for the c, we have 1 here in the first term and 3 on the second term. So the greatest common factor or the greatest number of c that we have is only 1. That is the only common. Now that we have our GCF, we can complete the missing dimensions of our rectangle or area model. Oh, by the way, we forgot to write our area. Sorry about that. All right. So 7 divided by 7 is only 1. And b squared, c and c, they are just the same. So any number or any variable divided by to itself is just 1. Then 28 divided by 7 is 4. And to complete the 3b or the b cube, we need to add one more b. For the c, since we have 3, on the GCF, we only have 1, we need to add c squared. And we can always check, again, using by distributive property. So our factored form is 7b squared c. Parenthesis, 1 plus 4bc squared. And that's our factored form. Let's have question number 5. Let's write our area, 36, a squared b, and 84a. And identifying the common side, it's here. So that's where we write the GCF. And dealing with our numerical coefficients, 36 and 84, and listing all the possible factors of 36, 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and 6 times 6. For 84, we get 1 times 84, 2 times 42, 3 times 28, 4 times, 4 times 21, 6 times 14, and 7 times 12. And we have a lot of numbers here, but then again, you can get the greatest. So we can see that the greatest is 12, and we write it on the GCF or the common side. And for the variables, we have a squared and a. So the only common variable is only a, not a squared. And for the b, only the first term have a b, so we will not write it as the GCF because it's not common. Now that we have our GCF 12a, we can divide 36 divided by 12. We get 3 on this dimension. And a squared divided by a is a. And b, since 12a doesn't have a b, we will supply it on this dimension. Then 84 divided by 12 is 7. And a divided by a, so we should not write a anymore with a 7 because it's already in the GCF. And as you notice on this dimension, there is no common anymore, so we are on the right track. And by using the distributive property, you can always check your answer by multiplying again. So let's write our final answer. 12a, parenthesis, 3ab plus 7. And we get a factor of 4. And I think we have the last example. We just need to include this one because in case, we never know. What if it comes out to your exam, right? Let's write the area. 12, the e squared, negative 8, the 3, e3, 10, the e. And let's focus on the numerical coefficients. We have 12, negative 8, and 10. For 12, we have 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. And for 8, we have 1 times 8 and 2 times 4. For 10, we have 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. And what do you think is the GCF that you can see here? 2 is the GCF. So we write it on the common side, 2. And for the D, we have 1 here, we have 3 here, and we have 1 here. So they have a common D, but only 1. And for the E, we have E squared, E cubed, and 1 E only. So the greatest common number of E is only 1. Now that we have our GCF, we can complete our dimensions. Here we have 2 times 6, and we have 1D. So we will not be needing a D here. But to complete the E squared, we need to add 1 more E. And here we have negative 8 and 2. So we will multiply negative 4 here. And to complete the D3 or the D cube, we need to add 2Ds or D squared. And for the E cube, we need to add E squared. And for the last side, we have 10 divided by 2 is 5. Then D, we already have it on the GCF. The E, we already have it on the GCF. So only 5. And let's write the factor form. 2DE, parenthesis, 6E minus 4D squared, E squared plus 5. And that's the factor form. So yes, a little longer process on that last one, but by following the steps carefully and staying solid on your prerequisites, such as factors, integers, and distributive property, you'll make sure you get the correct factor form and don't repeat the same mistake we saw on the thumbnail. All right, for the last slide here, we've left 3 practice problems for you to try on your own. And you can leave your answers on the comment section so that others can see and check it. And I hope this video helped you understand the factoring of greatest common factor of any polynomials. Again, this is Learning Ramen. Thank you for watching.